guys, so I'm back with another video. This video is gonna be a story time. You wanna say hi, Joe? Say
hi.
It's gonna be a story time. It's gonna be about when I was 16 and pregnant. Okay, so let's start where I met my boyfriend and the father of my kids, Eric. So we met through online. That's how it started, through Facebook. We went to the same school, but we never saw each other. Well, I did, but he really didn't pay attention. So I friend requested him, and he accepted and wrote back. He actually wrote to me. So that's how it started. We met that way. About a week later, from that day, we started dating. We didn't even know each other, and we just started dating. I guess we kind of clicked. Oh, that's what I feel. I feel like we clicked fast. But anyways, so we started dating. We were together all the time, whichever way. Like we always found a way to be together. We were always together one way or another. So we were basically inseparable. So we were always together. About a year later, maybe not, it wasn't even a year later. Sometime in February, March, I don't remember exact, I started feeling symptoms. Well, it was first the tenderness in my breasts. I did miss a cycle, but I didn't really think anything of it. I thought it was just late. So I just let that go. I did tell my boyfriend, Eric, that maybe I was pregnant, that I'm not sure, but that I missed a period and that my boobs were feeling kind of tender. I don't remember what he said. So moving forward to symptoms, maybe a couple weeks later I started getting morning sickness, and it was the worst. For 3 months straight, I was having morning sickness every single morning right before school. Once I got up, it was like 6 o'clock. I had to run to the bathroom to throw up. So that was for 3 months straight. But also when I went to school for those 3 months, I would also have to go to the bathroom during class because I was ready to puke. After those 3 months, it kind of eased. It was pretty good. I didn't have any other symptoms. I didn't start showing until I was 6 months. I was pretty petite. I was pretty skinny. I was very skinny. It was maybe after, I think it was maybe around the time I was starting to get better with my morning sickness, where I had told one of my sisters, my oldest sister, that I think I'm pregnant, that I'm throwing up, my boobs are hurting and whatnot. She was like, okay, let me get a pregnancy test for you. She was able to get me, I think it was a first response. I took it, and it was kind of a faint line, but it was still positive. I kind of figured at this point I was pregnant, but the pregnancy test kind of confirmed it. So after that, I had to tell my parents. It was I was nervous and scared at the same time, because whose parents wants their teen daughter to have a baby when they're a child themselves? So you're raising a child while being a child. So that happened. I had to go and tell my parents. I couldn't tell my dad first. I had to tell my stepmom before I told my dad. They weren't very happy about it, but what could they do? It happened. We weren't into abortion, so that was not going to happen. I went on and had the pregnancy. I went on for 6 months when I started showing, and then after that, let's get to labor. Let's get to October 31st, which is Halloween night. We went out, me and my family went out to go trick-or-treating. I walked as much as I could until I got tired. Once I got tired, I went back home, sat down in the front porch. I remember I was with Eric for a while. After that, I went in, rest for a little bit, and then I got tired. I think it was like maybe 11 o'clock when I went to sleep. It was like 11. When midnight hit, I started getting contractions. They are the most painful feeling I've ever felt. It was so painful. I was crying. My sister, she came in through the door. She had went out. She came in. It was like 12, maybe 12:05 or something like that. She saw me on the floor, curled up. She was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yeah." I think she was like, "I think they're my contractions." She was like, "How far are they?" At first, they were 7 minutes apart, and I told her that. She was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go." I think at that point she told me, "Should we go wake up our parents?" I was like, "No." I had said no only because 2 days before I had a false alarm. Yeah, so 2 days before I had a false alarm. My parents took me to the hospital, but I was sent home because I was not actually having contractions. They were just Braxton Hicks. So I had told her, "No, don't wake them up yet. I just want to see if I keep getting them." She's like, "Okay, I'll go run the water in the tub." She filled it up with warm water. She helped me in, and that did not work for me. That just made it worse. I was in so much pain that I told her, "No, I think." She was like, "No." I was like, "No, it's too much. It's too much." Okay. I was like, "No, it hurts too much." She was like, "I guess they're helping." So she was like, "I'm gonna go tell her parents. I'm gonna go wake them up." So she did. She woke them up. It was maybe 2 o'clock. I don't remember. I think it was like 2 o'clock. She woke them up. They're like, "Okay, we're gonna go shower first." So they showered because if there was another false alarm, they would just go straight to work after that. So we got to, so we went on, after the shower, we were on our way to the hospital. And it was maybe like 3 o'clock. I think it was like 3 o'clock, 3 something. Yeah, so we went in, they checked me in and whatnot, and they got me into a room, put me on the bed, set me all up. I was still in pain. My contractions were at 5, they were 5 minutes apart. And when they checked me, I was also 3 centimeters dilated. So around 4 o'clock, I think it was, my parents asked me if they should call Eric. I told them, yeah, call them. A short time later, it was still 4 o'clock, he was there. So yes, he was there for my labor. They had me all checked up, but they were checking the baby. They said he wasn't getting enough oxygen, so they had put a mask on, the oxygen mask on me. I had that on most of the time. I was also puking because of the pain. I think it was around 5 centimeters. where they asked me if I wanted a epidural. I said yes. So when that person came in to put in the epidural, it was just me and my stepmom. When they put that needle in, or whatever they did, it hurt. They said it was just a pinch, but it hurt more than a pinch for me. But everyone has their own pain level. Everyone takes pain differently. But yeah, after that, I felt better. I was able to sleep. I think I slept for most of the time. Around 7 centimeters, they had to break my water. So after they broke my water, the process kind of went faster. So it was time to push. I was already at 10 centimeters. It was time to push. I really don't know how long I pushed for. To me, it didn't feel like I pushed for that long. But I wasn't really paying attention to that. I pushed. It was 10:05 when he was born. He was 19 inches long and 7 pounds 4 ounces. And my boyfriend, he cut the umbilical cord. So all that happened. After that, I waited in that same room until I was able to get my feeling back from my waist down, since I was numb from the epidural. Once I got that feeling back, they asked me if I was able to stand or move. After that, when I said yes, a little short time after that, they moved me to the recovery room. And in the recovery room at that point, I was fine. They had him most of the time in the nursery. So I only saw him a couple times, basically just to breastfeed and then a little bit of skin to skin. So from there, I didn't really stay there that long. The next morning, the next afternoon. So I only stayed there for one day. The next afternoon, we left. So now, I'm a teen mom. Oh, I'm 17 at this point. So I got pregnant at 16, had him at 17. At this point, I'm home with the baby. And I was clueless. I was happy that I had him. You fall in love. The moment you see the baby, you see your child, you fall in love. So I was just happy that I was with him. But I was clueless of what to do. I did not know anything. I tried to breastfeed. So I breastfed for 3 weeks. I couldn't. He was not taking it. It was very painful. So he just stayed on formula from that day on. Nights weren't that bad. He didn't bother me as much. I mean, yeah, he would wake up, but usually just to eat. But I did get some sleep. I was off for 6 weeks from school. So taking care of him was kind of, it was tough. But I did have some help to learn how to care for a baby, but for the most part, I did do everything myself. I took care of him all day, every day. I took care of him. Yes, he was with family members, but that was just for a short time. I did the feeding. I did the caring, everything. I did everything by myself. My recovery wasn't that bad. I ate what Spanish people would eat for their diet. Me was basically chocolate, hot chocolate and tortillas, maybe chicken soup. Not too many foods. But the 6 weeks passed by. It's time for me to go back to school. So that's school, coming home to care for a baby. That's all the time. That's my time, just school and taking care of a baby. It was pretty hard leaving the baby at home once I went back to school because I was so attached to him for being there for 6 weeks together. But it got better. I started getting the hang of it. Since I was doing everything pretty much on my own, I figured how to do a lot of things. I matured pretty quick. I had no choice. So he comes to 5 months old. At that point, I move out. I move in with my boyfriend. I'm still in school. My dad had told me I can move out under one condition: I graduate. I move out. I'm still going to school. At least I'm getting some help from my boyfriend. He's 7 months when I graduate. Which I'm pretty happy that I was able to do. I was able to accomplish that. I at least got my high school. So I'm pretty happy at that point. You know, I have my little family. We're together. And I'm only 17 at that time. But overall, being a teen mom can be difficult. Everyone has their own situations. Everyone has different things going on. But for me, it was hard at some points. It was okay at other points. But I was able to get through it. I'm glad I had him at a young age. I don't regret none of the things I've done. But it is hard. You're pretty much clueless about what you're gonna be doing. It's scary. You don't know what's gonna go on. You don't know how your labor is gonna go. You don't know how contractions feel. You don't know what's gonna happen after you have the baby. Some people go into depression. Good thing I did not have postpartum depression. But everyone is different. I had it. It was hard with the situation that I had in my household. But I got through it. Well, yeah. I think I covered most of my story. If I miss anything, you guys can ask questions. Just write it in the comment section. If you want to know more of my story, you can ask. Maybe I can also do another video later on. But thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me,